for raw boxing opinions. We blame you, Anthony Joshua. Oh yeah. Because that is what Deontay Wilder fans want us to do. You get what I'm saying? You understand me? Deontay Wilder fans want us to blame you, AJ, the unified heavyweight champion of the world. They want us to blame you for everything. You understand me? It's your fault that a fight between you and Deontay Wilder hasn't happened yet. It's your fault that a fight between you and Deontay Wilder is delayed. The reason Deontay Wilder hasn't unified with you, homie, is because you said no. And excuse me if you hear the cats in the background. You know, this is real life when I'm recording these videos and I got animals and they be coming in the background, you know, purring and shit and barking and shit. So again, excuse me for that. But let's get back to the video. Deontay Wilder fans want us to blame you for everything, Anthony Joshua, right? It's your fault that Vladimir Klitschko chose to fight you instead of him. You know, the only reason you have Vladimir Klitschko in your resume and Deontay Wilder doesn't have him in his resume is because Vladimir Klitschko ducked Wilder, but he didn't duck you. So he fought you, but he didn't duck Deontay Wilder. But he didn't duck you, but he ducked Deontay Wilder, right? So it's your fault. It's your fault that you became the unified heavyweight champion of the world and not Deontay Wilder, because Joseph Parker, he ducked Deontay Wilder. That's right, Joseph Parker ducked Deontay Wilder according to Wilder fans, but Joseph Parker didn't duck you. I find it very interesting that the logic, the theories that every Deontay Wilder fan has is Joseph Parker ducked Deontay Wilder, but he didn't duck Anthony Joshua. Vladimir Klitschko ducked Deontay Wilder, but he didn't duck Anthony Joshua. I love that logic because Anthony Joshua is actually a bigger threat than Deontay Wilder, technically wise. You see what I'm saying? So I find it comical when I see people saying that Vladimir Klitschko and and Joseph Parker were more intimidated and afraid to challenge Deontay Wilder because of his scary technique. But they weren't intimidated and afraid to fight Anthony Joshua, right? This is the way a lot of these Wilder fans think. It's kind of like the people like, you know, Scott Guilford, however you say his last name, that biased ass writer who goes around saying that you, Anthony Joshua, ducked Deontay Wilder for Vladimir Klitschko. Yeah. Scott Guilford actually believes that you chose Vladimir Klitschko, who he calls a B-level heavyweight. Yeah. Because in this day and age, guys who have defended their world heavyweight championship of the world, their unified titles for, 20 title defenses, apparently that's a B-level heavyweight. Right? For guys like Scott Guilford, that's a B-level heavyweight. He actually claims that you ducked Wilder and you chose to fight Vladimir because you were afraid of Wilder and you wanted to fight Vladimir. Meanwhile, Vladimir is much more of a threat than Deontay Wilder ever would be. Skill-wise, Deontay Wilder can't compete with Vladimir. That's why I find it so comical about that. Like, Wilder couldn't compete with Vladimir Klitschko skill-wise. You know, Deontay Wilder wouldn't get past Vladimir Klitschko's jab. I saw Gerard Washington knocking Deontay Wilder's head back with a jab. Could you imagine Klitschko throwing his jab against Deontay Wilder? He would have been snapping his head back all night. You would have been seeing Deontay Wilder, giving away rounds. Because he's a timid fighter. That's right. He's a big puncher, but he's a timid fighter when he's in there with guys who are better technically than him. So he would be given rounds. A lot of people believe, Joshua, that if Deontay Wilder fought you, he would just blow you out in 2 rounds. But what people don't seem to understand is there's something called styles make fights. If this was the case, if I've seen people say Wilder would have destroyed Vladimir Klitschko. I've seen people say Wilder would have destroyed Anthony Joshua because he got that punching power, he got that right hand. If that's the case, why didn't he knock out and destroy Gerard Washington in 2 rounds? Why didn't he knock out and destroy Arthur Spilka in 2 rounds? Why didn't he knock out and destroy Luis King Khan Ortiz in 2 rounds? Why? Because there's something called styles. Styles make fights. And you see, when Wilder's in there with a guy who's throwing a jab in his face, when he's in there with a guy who's technical, oh boy, does Wilder be timid. Oh boy, does Wilder hold back. Like, Wilder literally holds back because he's afraid of getting countered. This is why when he fights you, AJ, I don't know what's going to happen in that fight because I'm not a psychic. I'm not saying you're going to beat him, and I'm not saying that he's going to beat you. But what I am saying is this. I really doubt that Deontay Wilder is going to just blow you out in 2 rounds because Wilder is a timid fighter. He's a timid fighter. When he's in there against a guy, you throw a jab in Wilder's face, AJ, this man would freeze and play possum for the first 5 rounds. He'll probably give rounds away to you because he knows that you're a threat. He knows you'll catch him with something with one of your counters. Wilder is, like I said, this is why I find it funny when I see people say he ain't Mike Tyson. Tyson would just go forward, aggressive as hell. Deontay Wilder's not like that. He's more of a chess player, right? He tries to look at his opportunities and then catch you. So again, Anthony Joshua, you're the bad guy. Wilder and his fans want us to believe you, my friend, are the bad guy. You're the bad guy. Not Wilder. You're the bad guy. It's your fault that Wilder is in this position in his career. It's your fault. It's not Wilder's fault. It's your fault. Wilder should be the heavyweight champion of the world, but guess what? You came and ruined it because according to Deontay Wilder fans, it's your fault. This is the mindset of Deontay Wilder's fans. That's their mindset. It's the truth. Anyway, guys, I'm out. If you watched the video from start to finish, much appreciated. Hit that subscribe button and hit that like button too. I appreciate the likes. I really do, guys. I appreciate my subscribers too. Thanks for watching.